Say yes. Now, I'll tell you what. Here's the deal you need to put in your pocket. If not today, somewhere down the road. If not today, somewhere down the road. And finally, he gets her back to the door. She's there. And so he said to Gehazi, what is it this gal wants? And Gehazi said, well, the deepest desire of her heart is a son, but her husband's old. And see, he said, well, call her to the door. And he says to her, and I'll just paraphrase it, says, oh, about this time, you'll be rocking your promise. And I love what she said. She says, don't jack me around. King James says, nay, my Lord, lie not unto your handmaiden. In Texas, we'd say, don't jerk me around. You know what I mean? Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. But he was telling her the truth, because she gets a wonderful boy. A wonderful baby boy. And your Bible says the boy grew. And the Hebrew word means he was past weaned. He could have been 12, 14, 15 years old. He's old enough to go out in the field and work with his father. So one day he's out in the field working with his father, and apparently has a heat stroke. Because he screams, my head, and he collapses in the field. Here's that jerk we talked about earlier, remember? Here's his son falling over, comatose in the field, and he says to one of the servants, carry him to his mother. Cold, disassociated, disconnected, dysfunctional, more concerned about a crop than the fruit of his own loin. So they carried the boy to the mother. It says she took him in her arms, in her lap, and rocked and prayed over him, and he died. And she totes him up the stairs, lays his dead body in the bed of the prophet. And she goes to the window and hollers, hey, talking to her husband, hey, saddle me a donkey. I'm going to see the man of God. Now, what does the husband do? Does he drop everything? My God, my boy's dead. He says, why trouble him? It's not a holy day. Do you see that? I'm telling you, that guy needs a rebuking, doesn't he? Thank God for women that can perceive. Thank God for women that won't give up on their families. And here's what happened. It says she saddled the donkey herself. Sometimes you can't wait on somebody else. See, she's lost her promise. She waited on it. She got her word from the prophet. Word was fulfilled. Now the promise is laying blue, stiff, dead. So she takes off to meet the prophet. And she is going at a fast rate to see the prophet. The prophet looks and says, good Lord, that looks like the Shunammite woman. He says to Gehazi, run to see her, and you ask her, is it well with your husband? Is it well with your son? And she says, 2 Kings 4:26, it's well. What? What? Well, I'm a man of faith. You what? I'm going to tell you something. Is that woman delusional? Or is she determined? She's determined. God gave me this. God won't go back on his promise. It is well. That's one of the most flabbergasting verses in the Bible. It ain't well. Her husband's cold, disconnected. Her boy's dead in the bed. But what does she say? Say it. Yeah. Oh, we fuss if the car don't start. Or somebody gets her parking place, or we don't have the right seat, or it's too cold in this building. That music's too darn loud. Yeah. No wonder we can't get nothing from God. We don't know how to say, yeah, it's okay. It's well. It's well. So I'll show you how the prophets foul up. You don't see it? I'll show you a big foul up right here. You can't send somebody else to clean up your deal. Remember he says to Gehazi, and I like this, the woman comes in and she falls at the feet of the prophet, grabs him by the legs, and old Gehazi is going to go thrush her away, shoo her away like a chicken. And Elisha says, no, wait a minute, wait, leave her alone.